Hi guys, my name is Diana Vartanova. I'm the owner and the lead photographer of Still Miracle. I think you've seen my works across the wedding blogs, across your Instagram feed, hopefully. And today we are doing the editing session together. It's a quick one. I've just selected a few pictures from our latest workshop we had in Bergamo in Italy. And I really love this couple, but I haven't really posted the pictures from this wedding yet. So let's dive deep together and enjoy the process of editing. I know it's super interesting. So let's look at the picture. I think the key element of your post-production is actually to do the pictures clean already. So try to avoid all the objects that might be inappropriate, or look at the dress, look at the suit, whether the tuxedo, the jacket should be buttoned or not, whether the postures are great. We don't want to waste time in the post-production. This is my strategy. And I think it's pretty effective. I don't spend hours in editing, and it's actually a very enjoyable process for me. My main focus is the color of the skin. So I try to look whether their skin tones are true to life and whether they look attractive. So for example, we can see that some of the skin on like his ears, his neck, his hands have a bit of red. So we just bring it a little bit to the right there, and probably a little bit to the right there. This might be a little bit tricky because her skin tone is on a different curve. As you already noticed, by the way, my laptop is in Ukrainian, and I promise we tried to switch it to English, but I'm proper Ukrainian, so you have to deal with that, guys. But I'm sure you all know Camera Raw or Lightroom really great, so you don't have the translation for that. My secret is not editing the pictures too much. I just tweak the sliders a little bit just to see whether I start to like the picture more, and whether it becomes a bit more appealing to my taste. For example, now when we took the blacks to the left, we see that the tuxedo has a bit of a blue in it, and I don't think we want to see that, so we bring blues to the left, give it a bit of a shadow. I think it already looks pretty great. Do we want to achieve a bit of a like a film kind of vibe? We go to gradients, we add a bit of a soft codex tone in the lights and a bit of blue tones in the shadows. And this is what film picture might look like. Let's see, adding a bit of a noise. There is this misconception that you have to edit your pictures properly, they have to be completely changed. But I think the timelessness of the photos is when you don't have to edit the picture much. You can play with the contrast, you can play with the color balance if it's not right, with skin tones, with the shadows and lights. But as soon as you understand that you don't need to change the pictures and overpower it with lots of filters, your game will change. So here we add a bit of noise, and let's see, possibly a bit more yellows in the lights. And I'm totally happy. Like, I would share this picture on my Instagram if that's where we're ending. Let's go further back. I usually work, if you see, we have the profile of my camera, Fujifilm. They do have really great camera profiles, and they give those film-like flavor to the pictures. And this is where the magic starts. We can switch into black and white, and as you see, it already looks like it's an edited picture. I don't have to do much. Or we also work with the profiles of pre-installed films, but they're tricky to work with. For example, if we select something we like, I have it in my favorites, let's say this profile, it's overpowering. I don't like their skin tones, I don't like their hair anymore. But if we add just a bit, I'm not sure if it's the most favorable example, but just to explain you how I work, and correct it accordingly. This is how it works for me. So you don't have to apply like filters in the full scale. Just a little bit is enough. I'm not sure if it's the editing or if it's the vibe of a couple and the vibe of the place, the cypress trees, but they look so cinematic. And as you see, we edited the pictures in two completely different styles, but both look stunning. But I actually want to switch to black and white. So I delete this editing and I switch to my camera profile for this beautiful black and white. Where is it? Over here, probably. Nice. Look at them, they're stunning. Now we want a bit of a contrast in the shadows and darks. A bit of a contrast there. Look at them. Beautiful magazine shot. All right, let's switch to the next picture. We have the skin to work with here. So let's say we're happy with how the picture looks. We are satisfied with the contrast, with the shadows, with the tones. Probably we twisted the sliders to give the skin color, a bit of a healthy look. We can calibrate our camera colors a little bit more. So let's see. Again, we don't want to overlay anything too much. Then we go to, what would you call it in English? Like the masks. I love how with AI, it selects the skin perfectly there. You just select a person, you select the skin of the face and the body, and just edit a bit of, reduce the clarity and the texture, and her skin looks so much better, so much clearer. See, beautiful. In the same way, we can edit her eyes, her lips, to elevate the sharpness and to make the teeth whiter. I know we love this part of the process. It's the time where nobody disturbs us. We just make our favorite tea or coffee. We just sit, enjoy the music in the background, enjoy being at home finally. And there is this magic in editing. But when you are actually booked for many, many more events and you have this streamline of weddings you have to deal with, you don't have much time to edit. So I try to make it efficient, and I try to understand whether this editing is good enough to be shared with the clients. We're not looking for creating something perfect because it's like chasing a ghost. You might not be ever satisfied with the final result, so you have to know this moment to stop. And I say, for me, it's always about understanding whether the skin tone is right, whether the eyes are clear, whether her facial expression is appealing, and that's it. The rest looks great. All right, let's go forward. A beautiful portrait. I love how beautiful she is sitting on the sofa with a background fresque in the ancient Italian villa. What is important about this picture is that the wedding florist would really care to see the true colors of the flowers in the bouquet. So if we overpower the picture with a preset or something that is not working for it, I don't know, something like that, it changes the colors of the flowers. So please be very mindful of the pictures with the flowers, as the florist will really, really appreciate your efforts on saving the true tones. As you saw, this is one of the presets I use a lot. This is one of my favorites from my collection of presets that you can find by the link in the description to this video. It's very helpful, especially as you can use it balancing the amount of the preset you apply, and gives you a nice way to start working with the picture. It corrects the tones of the skin, the tones of the blues, and it's pretty nicely arranged. And also it has the curves, which we always have a bit of a struggle to play with. I mean, as you can see, both ways of editing the picture is great. It's only up to your taste. This one is a bit more fine arty, while this one is a bit more modern, more something like Bottega 53 style. And the last shot, super fine art. You can see there was no flash, the light coming from the background. Beautiful shot, I love it. I love how the light comes through her hair. Oh my God. Oh, amazing. So our task is to bring the light to her face. We can select the pencil there and just bring a nice soft light to her face, but not too much, not to make it artificial. We don't want anything to be visible like the picture was edited. Our main goal is to make sure that when people look at themselves, they feel like they're naturally beautiful. There is nothing done with them. It's them, but luminous, happy, cheerful, and full of life. And this is what we achieve. There's also one little trick I'm happy to share. Sometimes we miss the contrast in the shadows, but we don't know how to correct it. And when we start to hectically move the sliders here, it just becomes dirty. So what we can do, we can use the curves and then play with shadows over here. I often use it on the level of -10, -15, and it gives this beautiful depth in the blacks without overpowering the rest of the pictures. I'm sure it wasn't very descriptive, but at the same time, I hope it was helpful enough for you to learn some tricks and tips from me today. I know we can't cover a lot in a short session, but you're very welcome to join our course from Pro to Top Wedding Photographer, where we discover editing, marketing, working with the couple on the set, and much more. And I'm sure you will leave satisfied and also feeling that you know the right path to the success. I'm very excited for having you with me today. I'm Diana Vartanova, and I hope to see you soon again.